So unfortunately, the Wi-Fi chip in my PS5 is breaking down, so I'm going to have to make the switch to Ethernet. So PS5 is there, we've got a door here, and then the router here. So I'm going to have to route the cable as cleanly as possible. So in this video I'm going to show you how to do that. No drilling, nothing like that. So first thing you want to do to keep it as low profile as possible is get a flat Cat6 cable, just like this one. Very flat, very flexible, and most importantly it's white, as is the skirting board in this room. This is, I believe I got a 10 meter one. I'm never going to need all that, but what you can do is just cable tie the excess behind the PlayStation, so no big issue. Secondly, you want some white cable clips. Let me just pull one out. So these are specific Cat6 cable clips, as you can tell by the shape. They're kind of square, and these just hammer into the skirting board with this tiny little nail head here. You can also paint the nail head white when you're done, which is probably what I'll do. Now, Google reviews said this doesn't hold the cable tight against the skirting board, which I can tell it won't, because just by the profile of it compared to this cable here, you can kind of see that it will be a bit loose. So what I'm going to do is chop it down to size, just get a knife or some cutters and just cut a little bit off each side, so it forces the cable to sit really flat against the skirting. So I'm going to make a start, just leave the wire loose here, and then get routing. Luckily I've got this radiator cover here, which is going to hide quite a bit of the cable. Then I've got this shoe rack, which I might move into a different room actually, but I don't know yet. And then I can either choose to run here and under this bit, or run all the way up here and around the door frame. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. So let's get started. So what I've actually opted to do is use the clips where you're never going to see the cable, and just for a better kind of secure attachment, as you can see here, just nailed into the skirting, and one just on the other side of the radiator where I'm never going to see it. Areas where it's going to be more visible, what I've simply done is stuck some 3M double-sided tape, which I had knocking about. This is 5mm thick, which is absolutely perfect for this cable, which I think is about 6 or 7mm thick. You just have to make sure you stick it on dead center, degrease the surface it's going to go on, in my case along here, degrease the cable, and finally make sure you stick it down on the side of the cable that has writing on it. Let me see if I can find a piece. So this kind of stuff, you want to stick that down so you just see white on the other side. I'll leave a link in the description for this and the little clips here, and we'll see how it goes. I'll update once I've got to this door edge. I just need to stick this down now, so you just peel this back layer off and I'll fix it in place. So now as we get to the door, you can run it all the way along, as I said, around the frame. I think that's going to be even more obvious, especially because it's kind of at level with the switch here, so you're going to see it all the time. So instead I've opted to kind of route it down like this with a couple of clips so this bit doesn't get floppy, jam it in there, and then I'm just going along this threshold here, slightly raising it with a screwdriver and just shoving it in the gap. That should be fine, as there's no sharp edges. It will be compressed a bit, but you know, it can handle that. So I'll crack on. So as you see here, we kind of route down, and then it's completely invisible under this threshold here, which is nice. Now we're getting to the corner of the room that you just never really see. It's all a bit kind of messy here, but a couple of clips just to stop it flapping about. Again, doesn't interfere with the door mechanism at all. Again, just shoved it under there pretty tight. And now we're at the home straight to the back of the TV unit. So that's essentially the process. Not bad, I don't think. Finally, I'll just dot in the paint on these nail heads just for the OCT final touches, and then we'll see how it looks. Tested and all working. I pay for 150 megabits per second download, and there we go, 149.4. I'll let them off with the 0.6 that I'm not getting. My upload's a bit slow, but that's just the area I'm in. You can't really get any better than that. So that's all routed. From a distance you can barely tell, but I think what I might do is actually paint the cable, because I've got so much of this skirting board paint left over. I might as well bloody use it. So I'm going to give that a go just to see how it turns out on a test spot, and we'll see. There's the final result. Everything is back in its place, so you can't even see it here. Pops out here. I did give it a touch of paint just because I had a pot of skirting board paint knocking about anyway, so it gives you a chance to kind of touch up your skirting, because the cable itself is a slightly off-white versus the skirting board. So then we just run under here, look, hidden there. Pops out here, get rid of you. Runs along there, paint is still wet, it's drying. And then back there where the painting ends, and doubled up on the clips there just to keep it more secure. All in all, very happy with that. I mean, you can't really detect it. So final point I'll say is, if you have a carpeted floor, this whole process will be extremely easy. Just tuck it under the carpet. I wouldn't even bother running it along the skirting boards. So, but for those of us with laminate and skirting boards, I think this is the best way to do it. It's also a very cheap way to do it. You can buy trunking, which sticks onto the skirting, but that's bigger and bulkier than the cable itself, so you're kind of defeating the object there. So that, from a distance, you can't even see it. So yeah, hope this helps.